So it's a beautiful sunny morning. I'm out here gonna do some fence work. In the last episode, we planted the field that's behind me. It's just starting to germinate. It should pop today, be a little more prevalent, but you can just start to see the plants coming through. So I'll be out walking fence and getting fence ready to get the cows on pasture. So this is the type of thing you're looking for when you're walking the fence. That's broken there. It won't take much to pop that off if an animal takes and breaks it. You're missing the clip. It should be like that to help secure it. So we'll replace that one. So most winters the snow takes the fence down and everything will be right on the ground and you'll have to be picking it up. So the lack of snow has helped out in that I don't have a bunch of broken insulators and the fence is still standing. Usually all of this would be on the ground. So there's some of the evidence. We had a lightning strike here. It took out some fence last fall. It hit those trees right over there and pretty much took out the fence around the field. But there's still some evidence that insulator survived, just scarred and scorched. I'm thinking this is all new insulators and wire going that way because I think that's what my dad ended up replacing. So this is the pasture that we bale grazed this past winter. You can see all the clumps of hay that are still left out there. We'll pasture it now and then we'll let this field sit until probably late July, early August maybe. We'll see until it comes back. But that's usually the time frame. Then we'll repasture it at that time. So we'll probably split this field into 2 or 3 chunks with polywire. Graze it over 2 or 3 days. That's where the rolls of polywire and fiberglass poles, stepping poles come in real handy because it doesn't take much to slap up some fences and run them in part of it, take them down and move to the next piece. So there we go. Got the fence up for this chunk. This should last them a good day. It might make 2. It's hard to judge how much feed is out there and how quick they'll go through it. Once you've been feeding them on an area, you can kind of get an idea how quick, as you move them from piece to piece, they'll go through a chunk. But with this being the first chunk we're putting them on, they're going to be interested in the grass and eating a lot of it. So we'll give them a little bit more than I normally would. Normally I'd split this into 3. I decided just to do it in 2. We've got that piece there, and then we'll rerun the poly around the other side of the buses and give them the chunk there that's behind the buses and the timber lot. So you've probably heard the cows mooing while I've been out working on the fence, and it's not that they don't have hay. There's the bale sitting for them. We just gave that to them yesterday morning I think my dad gave that to them. So they've got food, they just want green grass. He'd given them a small chunk of pasture 2 days ago, and it's tough to get them to go back on hay once they've gotten a taste for green grass. So as you can see, we got the cows on the pasture. We'll keep an eye on them. Shouldn't have any issues with coyotes as old as the calves are, but we'll take and keep an eye on that. So it's Monday, May 27th, Memorial Day. Out checking the cows here this morning, getting them a new pasture. We put them on the piece there that's behind me on Saturday. They've got it grazed down. It was Saturday afternoon, so about a day and a half. And we just bumped them onto the new piece. So they're grazing away, figuring out where they can go. I gotta run back to the house and turn the power back on the fence so they don't get out. Probably have a day and a half and we'll need more fence up. So I'll probably spend this afternoon working on some more fence. So overall the pasture's not too bad, but there are some areas that probably got grazed a little bit heavier than I would like. But we're supposed to get some rain this week, so with good soil moisture, even those areas here that are more heavily grazed should recover. And this will be a long period of rest. So with the animals going in pasture, we probably won't be feeding any more hay. So I wrapped up the end here. I'll take a bucket of dirt and put it down at the base. Try to keep the oxygen out from the bales that are left. And the rest of them should last till next year. We might end up losing this end bale, just the amount of oxygen that gets to it. Not a whole lot you can do. This is the next area that we're going to put the cows on for pasture. Get them out there now and they'll break up those hay clumps. And we'll let it sit till late summer. Same game plan for the rest of these areas where we fed the hay. Get them eaten down now and a long rest through the summer. As you can see, that wire is not up yet. I've got a gap on both ends. I got to pick up some more, get some wire from the barn, and then I have to run wire down the other side of the runway to where the forwarder's parked down there. So back at it, working on the fence, trying to get these pastures ready for the cows. It sounds like the cows have finished up the pasture they were on. I put them on yesterday. They were mooing when I was making noise out here, so they know what's going on. Got a little bit more wire to get. I have to run back to the house and grab one more roll. I grabbed two and they weren't long enough. So I'll take it and have to run back, grab one more roll. Just gonna walk it once more, make sure I didn't miss anything. Get that roll of wire and stretch it in. They'll be ready to put the cows on the pasture. And just like that, cows are in pasture. So not all of them made it up to the paddock here yet. There's still some coming up the lane. And I know only a couple of calves have made it. The rest of them are going to be back there with those other cows. So I might take a run back that way, check to make sure everything's coming all right. But other than that, I'm going to wrap up this video. Help me out. You can hit the like and subscribe button. Leave a positive comment down below.